Hey there, faithful podcast listeners. Phil here from the Drummers Weekly Groovecast. As we mentioned on one of our last shows, we received some email from a listener that was asking to see some video examples of how John and I modified charts that we use for different gigs. And so what I've done today is I have grabbed 3 different style charts, and I'm going to show you the different markings and the different things that I like to put on my charts that help me out, help me modify, and help me know what I want to play and how I want to play it. So the 3 charts that I'm going to show you are kind of in descending order in terms of formality. This first one I'm going to show you is a slightly more formal, dedicated drum chart that has actual drum rhythms and drum patterns written out on it. The second one I'm going to show you is more of just a basic rhythm chart that you would hand an entire rhythm section. And the third one I'm going to show you is some completely and totally made up stuff that I've written into a notebook. It's just good for cheat sheets. So this first one I'm going to show you, let me zoom in a little bit closer here. As you can look at it, you can see that, oh my gosh, there's an actual real drum notation on here, right? So naturally, with proper drum notation, there's a little bit less to write out. What you can see that I have written out here are things like, I have written out how many times to repeat a certain set of measures in a repeat brackets. I've written out a little note here to go, hey, play the bell for the ride portion of this. I've also written out here phrase markings, or measure numbers inside of a phrase. Like this is a 7-bar phrase here. So it just helps me to see these things written out from time to time. I don't have to, read measure to measure quite as stringently. Okay? You can see here's another set of repeat brackets that I've got. Play 3 times, play the bell of the cymbal. Okay, we'll flip over and look at the back of it. And again, it's pretty much more the same. I'm highlighting places where I have to repeat, how many times to repeat, and measures inside of phrases, so I don't have to, again, read so much from measure to measure. Okay? Look, I even put fine at the end. Made that nice and legit, right? Okay, I'm standing by a window, if you guys can tell. The sun's coming in and out. Trees are blowing back and forth. All right, here is the rhythm sheet. And this rhythm chart was done for an original artist. You can see what I've got written here. A little more detail. I've got written at the beginning. I'm in at the beginning. And I fill going into the start of this song. And there's the groove I'm going to use. I've got, again, the amount of measures within a phrase. And you can see here that I'm going to a rim click groove starting when we get to this verse here. Notice I even made a little note here that when I get to the DS, which is right back there, focus, yeah. When I get to the DS, instead of playing the rims, I'm going to play snare. More groove indications written out. Going to the snare drum. Again, just a lot of 8 and 12 bar phrases marked out. Look at this. Zoom in on that. They don't teach you that till graduate school, right? A little marking of what looks like eyeglasses means to look at the conductor or the music director, because we're going to retard right here. Right? Okay, that's about it for that one. So a little more than the first one. And then we go to the ham-fisted society of chart making. And what this is it's a notebook full of notes for songs that are played by one specific band that I sub with from time to time. And I've got just the loosest kind of notes, things that mean more to me than it would be if I handed this notebook to anyone else. So we'll look at some stuff here for the tried and true song Cupid Shuffle. These guys play it at 143. There's a basic groove. Forget You, they play it at 128. Play the full song as recorded. There's a piano solo at the end. The old eyeglasses again. Look at the music director. So you can see that, again, these notes mean probably more to me than any other drummer that would actually sit down. I would probably confuse them more than help them. But then again, this is only for me. In other words, this is something that I needed to sketch out quick and that would make sense to me. And you can see here's another example of probably the most detailed thing that I have written out. There was a section in this one song that had some kicks and hits in it that were exclusive to this band's arrangement. So I wrote those out as well. So we're going to look on the back. Continues on. I didn't plan far enough ahead for a page turn. Shame on me. I have other things in here like listen for modulations, that kind of stuff, vocal cues. All right, so you get the idea. This is a highly customized set of notes / charts that work just for me for this one band. All right, hope it helped you guys out and clarified a few things. See you at the next show.